So I think we're recording. Um, Basically, I'm gonna invest in three different companies today. This is gonna be for educational purposes, but I'm gonna invest real money, and I'm gonna show you um, what I'm gonna use to invest. I'm gonna try and make it quick as possible. Um, my prediction about after I invest is that these companies are gonna tank. First off, I'm gonna start off with BT. BT is at, if you look right here, this is 135 pennies. Yeah, everything in the ftse 100, the UK stock market, is done in pence. So right about now, it is at. It's not open yet. Opens at 8. It's at 135 pennies. Now, if we go back to when the pandemic started, which was for me around about the 19th of March, because that's when I saw loads of different stuff on the market tank. So it'd be about here. It was at 127 pennies. Prior to that, she was at 190. So she was doing okay-ish. I mean, I've seen her at a better position, but I mean, BT's been falling off for years. If we could go all the way back to 2016, you can just see this. It's like a slide, like a scope, and they've just been tanking it themselves. Don't know what they're actually doing, but they do have the most antennas in this country. So that if you look here, that's 486 pennies back in 2016. Do you know what I mean? Right here, and that was the price right here. Where I'm moving the mouse. Anyway, today I don't think this is a good investment personally, but I'm gonna throw some change at this company just to see how the market reacts. Um, Based on all the Brexit news that's going to be coming up and all the bullshit that they throw in the media just to like fucking throw you off, um, it should move. I mean, after 2 years, I expect this type of company to just rise up from the ashes, like Jesus Christ and fuck himself, and you know, come back. But when you've got people like me, and when I say stuff like that, what I mean is I got a criminal record. Um, I don't own a business or nothing, but the money I'm investing is from my universal credit. So it's not like it's like ill-gotten gains. It's from a legit source because I've been looking for work. I've just been stacking it quite well that I've got enough to spare and throw some pennies at. I'm only gonna throw like £100 at it, but I mean, you watch. Remember the price I buy in at. I'm gonna buy in either around here, 135, 140s, wherever it opens up at, and then we'll see in years to come if this was a good move or a shit move. I'm planning on it being a shit move because this country isn't run by the people who live in it. It's run by international borders. You know what I mean? People with all the money. You know what I mean? And they're not Arabs. Anyway, I'm just waiting for it to open up at the moment. 7:51. It opens up at 8 a.m. It closes early today, 12:30, because of the New Year's Eve and whatnot. So that's one company I'm going to invest in today. These are the prices they've been over the years. This is 2016. This is 2020. You can look at 5-year ratio, max ratio. You can look at that quickly if you want. You know what I mean? They've been around way before 2004, but they probably didn't hit the stock market until that date. But they've been around a long time, this company. They've been sucking people for money. But, I just keep it at a year. The highest they've been within a year is 198 pennies, and the lowest they've been is 94. So, I mean, probably this is an okay investment, but I mean, I've been watching this company for years and they do not do shit. British Telecom, I don't know what the fuck they're about for, to be honest. The market capital is 13 billion, so apparently they're doing pretty well. I'm not sure if they're still paying any type of dividend. It says they are, so it says NA, does that mean not available? 11%? Oh, maybe it's 11%, who knows. When it opens up, I'm going to throw some money at them. And then next we'll be moving on to BP. You know what they do? They sell oil at the current price. They're 259, 258, 259. Yeah, 259. When the pandemic started, for me, which was the March the 19th, because I remember loads of stuff crashed that day. They bottomed out at 240. So that's 240 pennies. We all know what 240 pennies is, don't we, kids? £2.40. So for one share in BP. That was on March the 19th. Look at the date. 2020. Now, prior to that, these guys were rocketing at 495. Do you know what I mean? That's £5. That's £4.95. And if we look within the last 5 years, they're at 547, 589, 520. You know what I mean? Like, these guys have been doing bits. But you know, the reason these type of companies crash, like, I remember there was a 2008 oil spillage and they spilled all this fucking oil into the ocean. So that tanked their price. We should have a look here. 2008. 2008. Look where they come from. They come from £1. So let's look at 2008, 2002, 2006. I remember around here, the price tanked. Is it here? Okay, it's probably here. But they came back from that. Look, they've had highs. They went up. They bottomed out at what? 405. So 400. So obviously, even that oil spillage didn't really. If it was here, I think it might have been here. Didn't really affect them. Well, they came from 6. I think it was here because this looks like the biggest dip. It must have been around here. So they come from £6, bottomed out at 427, so they lost £2 on every share, but then just came back. Like, so these oil spillages don't do shit. But the biggest thing that I've seen happen to them in like a decade. Look at. You think this is a dip? This is a fucking dip right here. Do you know what I mean? And that is Corona. For me personally, the way this company has been moving throughout the years, even with the oil spillage, this is a good buy. This is a good buy. This is like, fuck off, man. If you leave your money in there for 2 years and it just tanks, then you just know it's rigged. You know it's run by some China man who thinks he's got so much fucking money that he can just buy Britain and start all these fucking wars and pandemics. It's like, it's crazy. But we're going to invest in this today. We're going to see how it goes. I'm going to throw a little £100 at that as well, just to see if it pisses off whose ears it reaches and who really gives a fuck about this type of shit. Do you know what I mean? Opens up in 5 minutes. Clock watching. Anyway, but yeah, man, just look. They've come from here, come from 96. That was back in 1992. Built themselves all the way up to £6 a share. Had an oil spillage, came from £6 all the way down to like £4. You know what I mean? That's in 2002, and since then they've prospered. Went back to the 6. Look, you can see here these numbers right here. This is all £6, and then they've had some other ups and downs. Who knows what that's about? I mean, who knows who was invested back then? Do you know what I mean? It's particular people. If your surname carries a blacklist, which mine does, I believe, then they'll tank it for fun. They'll be like, who the fuck's this sumo guy or this guy who thinks he knows something, trying to throw legit money, because it does come from a legit source, job center money, into, financial markets, nothing that he doesn't know anything about. Oh, what? So I'm not allowed to do it. And it's like, you can see, you'll see eventually, like, wow, these cunts are against, man. They don't want man making a penny. They don't care where I got it from, if I own a circus, if I made my money from gambling. They just want to see my surname appear on some type of financial papers and just make you look shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Let's do this. That's gonna open up at 8 o'clock. I think this is a good investment, man. But remember, it's at 2.59 now. I reckon these cunts will tank it to £1 within a year. I mean, who knows? Who controls that type of shit? Who's listening? Heads up. Right. So my next company I'm gonna look at. See if you ever want to look at these type of stocks. What it is, go to this company. It's called a website. It's called ukinvesting.com. It's at the top here. And you click on markets, scroll down to shares, click on UK here, and it will bring up the top 100 UK financial institutions. Blah 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 blah. And you'll see here. Generally, when I come on here, I mean, everyone likes to look at percentages. This is percentage change in percent. This is percentage change in actual, figures like 1 cent, or here we got 10 cents or 10 pence. You know what I mean? Because remember, this was all done in pence. I don't really like to go like that. I go with volume. So as soon as I come on here, double click volume, it brings up the 140 million number of shares that have been, washed up, if you like, in the system, like bought and sold. More time it's bought, and usually Lloyd's is on top. Lloyd's Bank is at the top. That's gonna be my third investment for today. Well, look, opens up in a minute. Right, let me just go for a little history. Now, Lloyd's. Before the pandemic, these guys were at like 60s, 70s. I've been watching them for years. Now, if we go to March the 19th, right here, they tanked all the way to like 32. I saw them at 28 personally myself. If you look here, it's 32, 33. They're right here now at 36. Came from here, from 58. Oh, look, got my alarm going off and shit.
Hi, this is Lenny Fontana. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all my English friends in the United Kingdom and all the rest of the world.
Sorry about that. It's just opened up, and that's my bell going off. They're at 36 now. They usually fluctuate around these numbers here, 63, 68. I'm going to go ahead and invest in some of these companies right now. Okay, let's go. So this is a real money account. There's my name at the top. Right here, real money. This is what I've got to invest. I put £300 in here the other day. As you can see, recently I made a purchase with Apple. I'm not going to talk about that too much today, but I bought in at this price here, 170, 133 now. I don't know what's going to happen with them this year. They might tank too. Yeah, so let's get the show on the road. Yes, we'll go with Lloyd's first. Now, as I said, because they're 36 pence a share for, I mean, like for £100, for 100 shares it's 36. So I reckon I'll be able to get like 300 shares or something. Maybe 270. 270. Let's try 270. Yeah, bang on the nose. Alright, cool. So let's place a market order. Review order. Free, no commission at the moment. Stamp duty, always pay that. Let's send a buy order in. Order place. Completed. Yes. So now I own 272 shares in Lloyd's. 36 pence, 0.29. And already, as you can see, it says I'm down 28 pence because it's fluctuating. Nah, I'm not gonna hang about on that for too long. I'm just gonna move straight into my next target. Oil. Going after the oil, baby. I swear it. I was just BB right here. Motherfuckers. Wonder how much I'd get for 100. No, it's not you guys, man. It's not you guys I was looking for. Nope, not them either. Just give me a second. I really want some BP shares. So we got BP right there. They've opened up down already. It says they're down 2%. So I'm gonna try and spend about 38. Yeah, 38, 98, 16. So I'll get 38 shares for £98 in BP. Gonna confirm that order. Yeah. Send the buy order. Yeah. Order placed. Order executed. Thank you. Should add them to a watch list. Yeah, I don't really care too much to be honest. Alright, so now I've got 38 shares in BP. It says I'm up 3 pence already. 13 pence now. I spent, so that cost me like £98 as you could see. And then what we're gonna spend the other 100 on? Who is it again? Oh right, that was it. BT. Yes, Richest Telecom. Let's get it. For educational purposes only. Alright, so can't find them off the initials. Let's try and get letters. That's what it should be. R-I cunt faces. It was there, man. Quickly, gotta get in. But yeah, no, every day stock market opens up at 8 a.m. GMT time. I did see them come up. To be honest, yeah, I don't think this is a great investment. These guys have been fucking tanking for years. And when I looked at them a few years ago at 240, 249, I thought that was a good investment. I was very much wrong because they've tanked 50% since then. If I can just get it to come up. My computer is a bit sluggish, but you just saw me invest in those ones. And boys and girls, I'm gonna leave those investments there for like years to come, even after this pandemic. You know what I mean, just to show you how the market operates and how uninfluential people are. But I do think I can make it tank. So at the moment, it's at 132. It's at 132, as you can see here. It's already down 1%, which is 2 pence, 0.48, so 2.5 pence. These are the highs and the lows of the day. It obviously opened up at this price here, and then it's already been hit. I'm just gonna buy into this motherfucker right now, and then I'm gonna leave it. So what would I get for £100? How many shares? If it's at 132 pence for £100, if it was at 99 pence, I'd get 100 shares. I reckon for 132, 100, I'll probably get like 70. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. 70. Oh yeah, right. Oh, okay, about 74. Right, what about 75? Dang, that's good for me, bro. What are you saying? Let's get it. Alright, cool. Click review order. Oops, looks like it's gone off screen. What's happening here, BT? Who's controlling my computer? I'm gonna try and put it on full screen. That helped. Send buy order. Oh, look, it's costing me more now. Fuck, should have sent that 100 on the nose. That's good. Alright, cool. So what happened? All of them executed. Let's go back. one's a bit slow, isn't it? The other two went through straight away. Like, what's happening? Look, down in those two so far. What happened to the? It says free funds, only £13. There you go. Okay, it finally went through. Yeah, that took a minute, didn't it? What's up? That was slow. That was slow. Did you notice a difference in that? Yeah, so it says I've got no pending orders. Nah, I'm already 17, 0 points. Hold on, yeah, 0.17 pence. It's 132 pence. £1.32, right? £1.32. So I'm already down 24p in BT and 44p down in BP. And in Lloyd's, 9 pence down. But you know what? I made an investment in Apple a few weeks ago. I can't remember when it was. I think it was like a month ago. No, actually, it was about 2 months ago. So I got in at Apple when they were 117. I'm not saying they're a good investment, but I am up $8. Now the difference between Apple and all these other companies is when you look at Apple's price, this 1117 here, that's in dollars and it's not in cents. It's not like that's not 117 pence. That's $117 for one share. Look, see the one there in Apple. You know what I mean? So that's probably what your average iPhone costs. I'm talking like maybe like 6 and downwards. You know what I mean? Because the 7 I think is a bit more expensive. I'm still working with the iPhone 4 to be honest. Does the job. And personally, I just thought to myself, why would I go out and go on eBay and spend like £100 on to get the new iPhone 6 when I can just invest in Apple and see where the fuck they want to take it? You understand what I mean? So this is the type of shit I'm interested in, man. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not saying it's gonna make money. Don't follow my moves. Don't follow my moves. You see me doing something, don't be like, alright, I can do that now. This is just educational. I'm gonna show. I don't care if this money goes. You know what I mean? Look at the account value. 406. I don't give a fuck about this money. Honestly, seriously, I don't. It's not all of my money. I've got a couple £100 still in my account. But the way I live and where I'm living and the way I'm fasting, I ain't really spending more than £200-300 a month on groceries and electricity. You know what I mean? I live within my means, and it's people who do drugs and people who do mad shit that tend to spend that £5 a month. Like, I live within my means. I ain't been buying no computer games, know about the new PS5 and all that. Love all that shit, but that shit don't take me no more. Don't get me that, because I'm not in it. One day I will be, man. But but look, at the moment, just move out of Apple, because you see, Apple doesn't that market's in America and it doesn't open up till 2:30 p.m. GMT time, so in UK time, and 2:30 p.m. GMT time is about 8 a.m. Eastern time or something like that, which is in America. I get fucked with the time scales, man, but that market where Apple is it New York Stock Exchange, something like that. One of those doesn't open up till like 2:30 p.m. Anyway, today's not about them. Today's about these British companies, BP, Lloyd's TSB. I know there's a lot of MPs and type of cunts that are invested in these type of companies. This company should go up. After the pandemic, this company should go up. But there are people who are in some type of power that will make this shit sink like fucking Donkey Kong if they wanted to, bro. And that's what this is for. Because I'm gonna have this video for life. I'm gonna put it on YouTube, and then we'll see the end result in a couple years' time. Yeah, so I probably won't be able to use my internet soon because BT have fucked around my broadband. And what I realized is when I took out my BT contract, they asked me to get a contract for $24.99 a month for 2 years, 24 months, and but there's this offer called BT Basic, which my dad used to be on, and they told me to apply for that because I was the one who told them about it. I knew about it, which is only £10 a month. And they said, we'll put you on it after 2 weeks, but you have to take out a $24.99 contract. That 2 weeks turned into 2 months, and now they've sent me back a letter saying that I don't fit in the criteria to get onto BT Basic. And the criteria is that you just got to be in universal credit or, claiming job seekers allowance and whatnot. There's an article that I posted on my Facebook about it, but, they're just cunts. So I've cancelled the contract. And what I did work out was that $24.99, if you do that over a period of 12 months, guess how much it is? £300. Over a period of 24 months, it would be £600. So I figured, you know what? Instead of putting the £300 in you guys' pockets, how about I spread it between you, BP, and Lloyds, and then just see you pull your fucking hair out. Hey, I think that's over now, man. Have a nice day.